how I make the WAYS iPods. Most of the iPods are bought off of eBay from independent sellers, so they are used, and considering that they're nearly 20-year-old devices, they do require a bit of a thorough inspection. Once I've inspected the device and I've concluded that it is worth selling, I'll go ahead and connect it to iTunes and sync the library that I spent about 6 months putting together with over 10,000 songs. Once it's done syncing, I'll go ahead and eject it and test the battery life by listening to 100 songs and ultimately leaving the device on for 8 or more hours. Once I know that it can sustain at least 8 hours of battery life, I'll go ahead and fill out the WAYS iPod checklist, which is just a quality control card stating that I tested it and I know that the iPod works. We're going to go over how to set up the WAYS iPod library flash drive. When I put in the order on AliExpress for these flash drives, I had requested for them all to be black, but when I received them, they were all red.
Bruh.
Due to the time constraints I set on myself for this project, I decided to just roll with it and buy some black spray paint so that I could just make them black myself. This ended up taking a lot longer than initially expected, but in this industry, things like this are bound to happen, and it's more important to just push through them and work around anything that might be in your way. Sure, I could have sent them back and waited to get my correct order, but this would have just further delayed the project, and I really wanted to release them on the release date that I had already set. Once all the flash drives were spray painted black, it was time to airbrush the WAYS logo onto the flash drives. And then once the logo is airbrushed onto the flash drives, we can begin the process of transferring the library onto the drives themselves. Next, I finished setting up the iPods, which includes giving them a quick wipe down with some alcohol wipes and spraying the open areas with some canned air. And just like the flash drives, I make a little stencil cutout that I airbrush the WAYS logo physically onto the iPods with. Then we just put the case onto the iPod and we make sure to include that quality control checklist from part 1 in with the packaging. I made a short disclosure document that's included for everyone who buys one, just so you have a basic understanding on how to use these iPods. Then it's just a matter of putting everything together in a shipping box. All of the WAYS iPods orders come with the iPod itself, a charger, and the flash drive with the library contained on it. But yeah, that's it. That's how I make the WAYS iPods. Hopefully you can see the amount of work and effort that is put into every order. We really appreciate any support, and you can now find the WAYS iPod on whatayouseeing.com.